of you had to wear school uniforms when you were a student?
I did not.
You didn't?
Nope,
No,
I didn't.
You didn't. What about you?
Yeah, actually, I had to.
You did? And how did you feel about them?
At first, I didn't really like them, but after I got used to them, I had actually really enjoyed it because it made my my morning routine as far as getting ready basically effortless.
Yeah.
It also eliminated any kind of peer insecurities or peers' thoughts about what I was wearing because we're all wearing the same thing. So looking back on my high school time, it was really a positive thing. I really enjoyed it.
That's great. A lot of people have different views on whether or not students in schools should wear school uniforms or whether or not they shouldn't. For those that believe students should wear school uniforms, and for those who are on the pro side of this argument, they believe that school uniforms lessen the distraction in schools. Especially when you're a teenager or when you're in middle school, students are always worried about their appearance. And when they can't wear the clothes that are in, they have a lower self-esteem. For many students, their parents simply won't buy them the clothes that are in, or they simply can't afford them. For those who are against school uniforms, they believe that they take away a student's right to freedom of speech and freedom of expression. I have a few statistics that go with both sides of the argument. This is from statisticbrain.com, and they polled a group of parents and teachers, and they asked them if they strongly disagreed or they strongly agreed with what was said. So a few of the things that they have on here is that the policy has hindered self-expression and creativity. And of course, the policy is school uniforms. So they said that 34% of parents strongly agreed that the policy hindered students' self-expression and creativity. And only 5% of teachers saw that this hindered self-expression and creativity. One of the other questions from this survey said that policy has hindered individual students' personal liberty. 36% of parents strongly agreed with this statement, and 0% of teachers strongly agreed with this statement. They also asked whether or not this policy has promoted a sense of security. 41% of parents agreed, and 86% of teachers agreed. One more statistic that I want to read to you real quick, that the policy has addressed the peer pressure issue of fitting in by wearing specific brands. As I had just stated, 47% of parents agreed and 90% of teachers agreed. So as a teacher myself and as a former student, I can see both sides to this argument. However, the teacher side of me outweighs the student side of me. I remember in high school needing to fit in, and when you didn't fit in, you were distracted. And as a teacher, I want all of my students engaged in every single one of my lessons. I want them to be able to focus on the task at hand. I want them to be able to accomplish the worksheet, the activity, the presentation, whatever it is I throw at them. And in order for them to be solely focused on what I give them, they have to not be worried about what their peers think of them. And when they have the ability to all wear the same outfit, this is one less thing that this student has to worry about. As I said, there are many sides to this argument. Some believe that it lessens the distraction in school, and some believe that it infringes upon students' freedom of expression. I think that it's important to ask students what they think, and it's important to ask parents what they think, and it's important to ask teachers and the administration what they think before you decide to have this policy in your school.